Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man! Captain America Civil War is finally here. What a great way to kick off the summer blockbuster season. I am so excited. I'm so excited that I even wore a Spider-Man t-shirt. Can you tell who my favorite character was in this movie? So basically, Captain America Civil War is a battle between the Avengers ultimately. There is a bad guy, but forget about him. He kind of just brings on the drama between Iron Man and Captain America. Iron Man believes that Captain America is wrong in thinking that he shouldn't be governed by a government, and Captain America thinks that the government shouldn't control the Avengers because what if there's a problem and the government doesn't want to actually send them out, even though morally they should be out helping the world. This movie, it was just so well done. All the characters got a chance to shine. Black Panther and Spider-Man are my two favorite characters in this movie right now. Spider-Man is finally the best on-screen Spider-Man I have ever seen. And if you were one of those kids that used to wake up every morning on Saturdays to watch Fox Kids, that, Saturday morning lineup with Spider-Man, 90s Spider-Man, the cartoon, X-Men, and Power Rangers. That was my favorite. Honestly, that Spider-Man was my childhood, and we got that with this Spider-Man. I think he's a great actor. I think that he needs to be in more Spider-Man films. Frankly, I didn't like Tobey Maguire with his little, that little emo Spider-Man thing he had going on, and I'm just excited. It was perfect. We finally get to see Spider-Man as a kid, and him interacting with the rest of the Avengers is hilarious because he's so starstruck by all of them. When he meets Captain America, he totally fanboys out and he's excited. Meanwhile, there's a conflict and he should be really fighting people. I thought he was great. Black Panther. Let's talk about him for a second. I thought that his character was really, really awesome. I thought he was so gangster, and I thought his development throughout the movie was good. At first he just seemed on this path for vengeance after his father is killed at that UN meeting, and he didn't really understand that it wasn't entirely Bucky's fault. But in the end, he comes into this moral epiphany, if you will, and decides, you know what, I'm better than this. We really need to look at the big picture, and something bigger is coming. He had that secret lair that he was keeping Bucky at, and I thought it was super funny. He was all like, "Welcome to my jungle. Let them come." He was surrounded by this forest and this giant rock panther, and I think it's hilarious. I can't wait for Spider-Man to come back, because at the end of the credits, if you watched, it says Spider-Man will return. So I am so excited for that. Bucky. The whole relationship between Captain America and Bucky is really interesting to me. Captain America has this sense of, I need to take care of Bucky because he did back in the day, and he just really wants to help him. It's a conflict because Bucky, even though he's not intentionally doing these things, he has basically managed to ruin everybody's life in some way. Tony lost his parents. The flashback, I didn't really understand it until we got more into the film, and you realize that it was actually Bucky who killed Tony's parents. And Tony has been really unresolved about his parents. He doesn't really say anything about his parents. It's like he's been unable to express himself emotionally, and by not being able to do that, it's like he overcompensates with all the fancy gadgets, trying to save people to make himself feel better. And when he finally realizes what actually happened, it's like he goes on a rampage, and rightfully so. I really wanted to see Thor and the Hulk. Not sure why they weren't in the movie. Maybe the budget was a little too high with all these major actors in the film. But I was happy to see Ant-Man. I thought he was hilarious because he's just a regular dude interacting with all these super manly macho superheroes. And I really liked that Ant-Man, we get to see that he goes from being this big to this gigantic, huge thing in that battle between all of the Avengers, which I thought was really, really cool. Can we talk about Vision and Scarlet Witch? First of all, Vision, I find him to be completely useless in this movie. At the end of the last Avengers, when Vision was created, I was all like, this guy is amazing, he's awesome, he's going to be able to defeat Thanos, he's gangster. But with Scarlet Witch doing all of this, her thing and being able to control him, I'm like, dude, you're worthless. When Thanos gets to Earth, because we all know he will get there, he's gonna have to take the little stone out of Vision's head to complete that little scepter thing that's gonna eventually destroy the entire universe, which means Vision is going to have to die. I am thinking that it's probably going to happen in the next Avengers movie. I mean, Thanos has been on his way for quite some time now, and it should be interesting. I am going to be a little sad because Vision is technically Jarvis, I think. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, it would be sad to have his character leave, but ultimately that's what he's there for. He's got that little stone in his forehead that almost kills Rhodes, and basically, bye Vision. I'm waiting for him to die because that's what's gonna happen. Scarlet Witch in this movie, I think, is really cool. We get to see a little bit more of her abilities, and she's actually probably one of the strongest Avengers out there, outside of Black Panther, because I don't know where he came from. If you noticed in the movie, after his dad dies, he takes the ring from his father and slips it on. And I feel as though his ring is what gives him his power, maybe. He did mention something about like the power passing down from each generation of kings, you know? So maybe that's what he meant. I don't really know the Black Panther story, so it's kind of cool to see a little bit of his origin story in this film. Yeah, I think this movie was really cool. There were some scenes though that were super cheesy. There was a scene where Bucky tries to escape on the helicopter and Captain America is all like, no, let me stop you, and he grabs the helicopter and he's holding on to this bar and he's like basically flexing like this, and I'm like, okay, easy on the cheesy there. It's totally like anyway, outside of that, I mean, it is a Marvel film and I do like some elements of cheesiness. It's supposed to be there. The humor in the film was really well done. Everybody had their little quirks about them. The sarcasm coming from, you know, Hawkeye, and the stupid jokes coming from Spider-Man because he's just obsessed with the superhero stuff. I thought that was really cool. Aunt May. Can we just talk about how young Aunt May was and how hot she was? I think everybody was shocked by that. We finally didn't get to see the same sappy story about Uncle Ben and Aunt May, which is cool. I do like that. There wasn't anything that I really hated about the film. This film was really well done. I thought we got a taste of all the characters equally, and I'm excited to see the next film, which is basically the Avengers. Captain America always kind of leads into the Avengers, which I like. We did get to see his story, which is basically about him and Bucky, and a little bit of Iron Man. We get to see the development between their friendships, if there still is one. At the end of the film, Captain America does write Tony a note and is like, hey man, listen, if you need me, you can call on me. I've basically broken out all of the other Avengers that you've thrown in jail accidentally, and if you need us, like, we're here. I am just so excited about Spider-Man. If you can't tell, Spider-Man. You guys have to tell me what you thought. Who was your favorite character in this film? Who did you like? Are we going to get to see Deadpool maybe? That would be really, really cool. I think once Thanos gets here, I think we're just gonna get a bunch of these characters coming in to help defeat this like gigantic apocalypse of a monster, so I think it would be awesome. Comment below and let me know what you thought about this film. Who did you really, really like? Were you impressed with Spider-Man? Did you finally maybe enjoy his character a little bit more? What did you think about Black Panther? What did you think about Ant-Man being in the film, which I really enjoyed? I thought he was hilarious. Yeah, comment below and let me know what you think. And until next time, catch you later.